And then there's the factions. From what I glimpse in the menus, there are dozens and dozens of them. A few have their own quest lines, such as House Wells. Pearl Abyss was quick to clarify that these groups are not like Fallout's factions, and allegiances with them won't change the course of the story or impact Crimson Desert's ending. Pearl Abyss's design team explained that they were there to ensure that the factions felt like significant actors in the plot, and that they offered more content for players to complete. That considered, I am a little apprehensive that at least some of Crimson Desert's offerings will be stuff to do rather than meaningful interlinked opportunities.
I can see why some people have an issue with that, because we've been so conditioned to always, the stuff that we do in a game to always have meaning all the time. But I think it's to do with having the right expectations. So as long as you go into this game with the correct expectations and your expectations align with what the game has to offer, I don't think you're gonna have an issue with that. Not everything that you do in the game necessarily have to have, consequences all the time. I think that they are pretty confident with the story that they want to tell. That's what it sounds like to me. They want to tell this story in a way that it doesn't really crowd with so many decision making and pathways that really can litter the story if you're not doing it properly. There are exceptions to this, like Witcher 3 for an example. Many different endings, but all are done very smoothly through the decisions that you make in the game throughout the campaign that you play, the story you play. But not many can pull this off, and that's okay. As long as you get a really good game, it doesn't matter. Like the faction quest is not gonna affect the story. That's fine. You can still play them and have fun with, as long as they're really good. Yeah, I just don't think necessarily that's a bad thing. You just have to align your expectations going into this game and knowing what it has to offer, instead of have some unrealistic expectations or comparisons to other games and then be disappointed that you just don't get the same experience. That disconnect is what drives people to not like a game. If you go into a game exactly knowing what you have to expect, at least in terms of what you're getting, not necessarily like the game story plots or whatever, like what kind of game it is, most of the time you're just happy playing it. Let me know what you guys think. I just don't think that'll be a huge issue. It'll come down to execution and moment to moment gameplay, how that feels. If it feels good, I just don't think it's going to matter that much.